how nice is it to have the opportunity to have such a great mentor as I have? And I'm using the present tense because I still have the same mentor that I did when I joined Toastmasters, and I'm very happy for that. Even though technically he is not part of the club, but he is part of my life. So that's what matters. Brief history of how I met my mentor. My mentor is Horatiu Stănculescu. No need to hide that. Everybody knows him. You can see him there in Zoom and probably also know him already in real life. I joined Toastmasters in 2018, and I've seen Horatiu doing a few speeches before then, and I really, really admired him. He was one of the people that I really, really liked out of all the other ones because of his personality and the way he was so genuine, and I really appreciated that about him. And he cared for what he was talking about. He always tried to deliver a message and help the audience with something, leave them with something of value. And when I had the chance to get a mentor, I was allocated one first. It wasn't Horatiu, and I asked if it can be Horatiu, and it could be, and that's how I got Horatiu. So I'm very happy that happened, and thank you, Horatiu, once again for accepting me. I'll probably use the word mentee if I'll use it throughout the discourse, because protege I'm not so used to it as I'm used to mentee. So I am his mentee, and I'll share you not one but three occasions when Horatiu's mentorship helped me a lot. So he's been with me for 3 years, more or less. In April, those, yeah, would be 3 years basically. And in these 3 years, three big things happened in my Toastmasters life because of Horatiu. The first big one was when he offered me the chance to go and evaluate a speech at Office Depot, one of the other clubs in Cluj. And I was a bit reluctant because I haven't evaluated the discourse or a speech before then, but Horatiu gave me something very important. He gave me guidance and he gave me encouragement. He told me how it should happen. He told me what to keep in mind. He told me what to focus on. And he also told me that it will be fine. I will like it. And he is confident that I'll do a great job. Probably otherwise he wouldn't have asked me to do that, I assume. And I was very, very happy that he insisted, because I was a bit reluctant and I was almost about to say no. But I said yes. And I was very happy. It turned out better than I expected. And that led to me evaluating many more other speeches afterwards. Like not 10, but close to. From 0 to close to 10, big improvement. So I was very happy with that. Then another very big event that happened in my Toastmasters life, where Horatiu had a big impact on me, was in 2019, towards the end of the year, at the finals for the improv speeches in Romanian in Bucharest, where I was participating as a contestant. And there was one thing that happened there that I was a bit I didn't expect to happen, and that was the rules of the contest changed. So instead of having the normal jury do their evaluation as they always do, it was changed to sort of a public vote, like the most popular guy wins. I was like, okay, and being also a contest where there were prepared speeches that were meant to be funny, I was sure that if I were to try to be funnier than I normally am, that would probably be a boon, because people are expecting others to be funny, so why not try to push on that? And I know that being funny is something that generally people appreciate about someone giving a speech. However, I was reluctant because I wasn't sure if I should push it that much or if I should just be natural. And I asked Horatiu, because I know that whenever I spoke with him, he was always sincere. He never tried to quote anything. He always gave me the answer as truthfully as possible. And he basically told me to just be myself, don't dwell on that, and just do what I would have done, regardless if I would have found out that the rules have changed or not. Because there's no point in trying to adapt to something that isn't necessarily under my control. So I did that. I took his advice in account, and I basically just rolled with it as I normally did. And because of that, or not, can't 100% say it, I got to win the contest. So I was very happy. And after that, I had a about 2 hours feedback session with Horatio on my way back to my hometown in the bus on the phone. Now I called him, and I think we had to close the conversation because my battery was draining. I think that was the reason why. So yes, that was also a great, great moment for me. And the last and most recent one, where Horatio had a big impact on my life in Toastmasters, was in January of this year. So for those of you who don't know, and probably most of you wouldn't because you wouldn't have known this, for the 2 years that I've been very active in Toastmasters, besides this one, so for the past 2 years, three, sorry, what am I talking about? This is like 2018, 19, 2020, 3 years, yes. I wanted to deliver speeches. That was my main reason why I joined Toastmasters. Prepared speeches, yes, yes, because I am okay with improvised speeches. I like doing that, and that's what I did mostly in Toastmasters, besides technical roles. But what did I do less of? You guessed it, prepared speeches, of course, yay. And Horatio tried and tried to encourage me to do them and to do them, but I didn't listen to him. I didn't listen to him. It was one of the areas where I was too stubborn. Until this year, sometime in January, when Horatio asked me about my goals and what I plan to do in this year for Toastmasters, I was like, you know what, you're right. I should have some goals for this year. And I then went back to my original reason why I joined Toastmasters, the prepared speeches. And I told him, look, because of you, I'm going to book a prepared speech. And that's what I did. Razvan can confirm this. And that was my last speech on the first level of this path. And since then until now, including this, I've done 4 speeches in 3 months, whereas before I've done 2 speeches in 3 years. So there's a progress there as well. So that's all mostly because of Horatio's encouragement and feedback throughout all the discussions that we've had. So in closing, I want to thank Horatio very much for all his help and his assistance and his sincerity, encouragement, guidance, and feedback that he gave me throughout these years. And I wish everyone a mentor as good as Horatio is to me. Thank you very much.
Christy, dear audience, I have 3 smaller topics and one larger suggestion, if I'm allowed. First of all, I'd like to say that, Christy, you are a master of powerful beginnings. I remember from your previous speeches that you do this, and today was no exception. How great is it to have the mentor I have? Was your intro phrase, and I found it incredibly appropriate. Second, I found it really appropriate for you using numbers. You said I have 3 topics I would like to tell you about, and that gives audience predictability and something to look forward to. I find that really good. The third remark is that you usually have a very jolly tone when speaking. You use short sentences and increase tonality. Just make sure that throughout your speech, you can maintain the same level of energy from beginning to the end of it. A suggestion I have, and this applies for not just you, but all speakers here, and that is, don't say sorry when you make a mistake. If you mentioned 2017 and it's 2018, nobody knows. If you say sorry, you draw attention towards the mistake you made. So forget about it, nobody will know. The last remark, and I would like to give it to you as, if I'm allowed, an advice. In my book, you have accomplished the objective you set out for the day, and that was to relate an experience when you were a mentor and tell the audience how that was for you. In my book, however, one of the goals we want to accomplish in Toastmasters is to deliver impactful, relatable, memorable speeches. And that we accomplish when we talk about um, how the relationship with our mentor made us feel, or share a secret. When you said, we talked for 2 hours, tell us something you've shared in those 2 hours. Tell us a secret, tell us an insight, some spicy insight if you'd like, because that will make your speech memorable. If you just come and tell us, in that situation he was good, in that situation he was good, in that situation he was good, we will remember that Horatio was a great mentor, but what other than that will we remain with after your speech? Thank you. You did a great job today, so keep it up, and looking forward to seeing your next speech. Thank you.
Bine ai venit la finalul clipului și îți mulțumim că ai stat alături de noi și te încurajăm să te abonezi la canalul nostru de YouTube și să ne dai un like la pagina noastră de Facebook. Ne vedem data viitoare!